Yo wahanye baba ye keba from City TV ono nuchumi obiaji the spotlight nene mene bua nuchumi onyana keba hawaji from City Media Network ne ke onge line no onna wa nichumfuo wakpa mope wange across all social media platforms Facebook wange lejon from City TV jana se ho IG Instagram ke Twitter Pram City TV YouTube le ho wange lejemo Pram City TV ke onge nichumi omi munyu la no onu omanye omafia yibo no neji 0244 11 88 alo 0244 11 88 82 kone no fia no ne epe fine lejemo yo mone wa show nge very special eja kan wana ne koto makpana ko nge wa studio mone alo nge nuchumi ono mone ne wake ma seni koni mabi nyenuhe nene ebachu ke nichumi na akawedi alo amla lo akawedi o nichumi ne ebachu eche magbam keche onye kone nyenu emi yebiaji osomolo papa Jonathan Jangma omanyo machemi Mustafa Jibril kaika show Pram City Media Network ne keba hawo nyechumka wanga nichumi osije nikoto mane wani neswe no ebiaji legit DCE alo president on nanim dalo nenge dasike Ningo Prampram District Assembly ebiaji Honorable Jonathan Tei Doku ne wana mone ngenichimi. Honorable, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you, and I'm most grateful for this opportunity.
Right. If you can waji nichumi no shike ojim nichumi no shike kajebene president oche obie ke mone sanobada enane nge district ono nge hiyomo anokwa nikome abuajo wa niche nikome un chwa nemla adesign ajibe nange say kajebeni president chobe for the past 3.5 years so onuchumi no chuo omanye loko omaya jama nuchumi ono pamopani o omanye oma introduce o ka manage Honorable Jonathan Tei Doku.
Jonathan Tei Doku is a young guy in a falling Ningo Prampram. In your school, Kenofenong, Neji Primary School, GHS, the Ningo, near Chanonga Kanata Secondary School, Nedudua, Ningbinya, near University in UST. Ninjele John, Niba Chuni, Bo, Nikaye, politics, party ni join G, MPP, or MPP me or MP, Nenewacha polling station. Secretary Kebagun constituency Chodruminya 2016 ne MPP win election nanado hiami kamabada na de Ningo Prampram na makachuni nge party o BM lo nge government BM lo in short Ningo Prampram DC Jonathan Doku ni ne mi nenejim jino ne Christopher Ndo Jimmy ya presby nge Ningo Mambo inga you ke ebi enyo lo
dime you enyo alo yo kanyumu
inga you enyo
yes. right that's good. Good. All right ne ocho wa of faith presby no jolo alo
yeah I'm a Presbyterian.
Yeah, Presbyterian.
Yes,
really
a proud Presbyterian.
Great.
Yes.
Great, that's good. Why so now let's blend the language a little bit. Let's see what will you say has been your journey so far in the political space? What will you say has been your journey so far?
Yes, as I earlier alluded to, I've gone through the ranks in politics. I mean the local politics. I've been with the MPP since 1992. Don't forget, the first parliamentary candidate for MPP happens to be my biological father, the late John Tei Doku. From Old Ningo. So 92, the MPP as a party was literally formed in my home because I think my daddy and some few others within the district, they were championing the cause of the MPP. So Although I was not 18 years, I've not gotten to the voting age. I saw exactly what was happening there, in and out of until there was, NPP boycotted the parliamentary elections.
Yeah.
At the time, we were not doing the presidential and the parliamentary elections on the same day. The presidential elections was conducted first, and there was a later date, I think a week or so, for the parliamentary elections to be held. Then the NPP came out with this stolen verdict. Yeah. So they boycotted the parliamentary elections. Yeah, sure. And the entire nation. So my daddy did not get to contest. So that has been the journey. And since then, back in the university, I was part of TESCON, that is the tertiary confederation, of the for the NPP, youth, the youth of the NPP. At the time, it was not fully formed, so we were acting as organizers. And then, I remember in the 2000 elections, I have to come to Ningo Prampram to vote. The hassle of getting vehicle from, eventually when we got a bus, we have to contribute and forward the vehicle to come. We got to Accra somewhere midnight. I have to pass the night somewhere and get onto the motorway. All just the love of NPP.
The party.
So at least you have gone through the political. I've been a pulling agent for the party since 1996. 96, I was 18. I've been a polling agent for the party at various polling stations, across the district. Then finally, I became the research and elections officer for the NPP for 2 consecutive terms. And I think the research of the party and other things in terms of the strategy and other things that has to be done. So although I'm relatively young, I've seen it all. Yeah. And I can say on authority today, a lot more people who are in NPP, it is through me that they join the party. Some people who are even party people who were in other constituencies, as a result of my instrumentality, finally they have to join Ningo Prampram NPP. So at least it's been good, it's been bad. So it's just a mix of.
In a nutshell,
yes,
I see.
Yeah,
all right. So let's see this. Now, the last time we met, Wangani was saying, you spoke very passionately about sanitation, the issue of sanitation. Bemine wamawanaka agredi pako no leje menaka bola ngaleje mepoe. Wakamera me yaleje obaje video so me kone hieli abaye. You spoke very passionately about sanitation, and then there was steps near district tour it is taking to curb the situation. And we pure
yes, I think Bola is a major issue, not only in Ningo Prampram, Ningo Prampram, in the whole country. It has to start with the attitude of Wonicheme. And I think government as an entity, the enforcement of some laws, as a result of first of all, but you have to send it somewhere else. That is one thing. Number two, as a government entity, sometimes you also need to create the enabling environment. Because we don't know a bola apu eko. Miniji nene will provide but some of these things are nine agency care. When I came in Accra, a lot of refuse ne a heap abwanya ne ko mepe kan yokun. So the assembly took a decision that no, we need to evacuate the whole things. But don't forget the district as an entity or one the regional coordinating council, the minister Angelijon, Kejanes your local government ministry. But there is this contract that has been done with Zoom Lion. They are to provide the assembly with 10 communal containers. Containers are not agbo wake bola womi na ke kan be owo mi ke ma wo ke eyi o ke about lo how 10 ke one extra one ne lo ke eno yi o na ka chaki. I think that was a contract. But when I came emuye munyujika Ningo Prampram wange 22 electoral areas. Loke hinkra is an every electoral area po in a container kaki. Kune why the spare one, yeah. 23. Sure. So at least, but that was in the contract. And it seems that was a contract across board. Lokembo assembly, you need more. It means you need to pay for it. So we tried buying some. And I can tell you, the cost of one is about 60,000. Container, especially Chowaji block. Lo no akenena kepio is the galvanized iron. Kone konyene you know, law is quite expensive. We've tried, we couldn't do some of those things. But we've also been told, okay, look, Ningo Prampram is no more a village. We have now become more of a peri-urban, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, because if you take the likes of Dev Traco, MF, you know, even Prampram, New Ningo,
Accra is now moving.
Accra, is not, yeah, Accra has moved.
Moved, yes.
Yes, to this place. So it is not also proper now to be providing communal containers to some of these places. So then there's another page, the household dustbins. And I think that is what we are working on. But the pilot we did, you realize that our people still think, look, less and government is an enemy. Government is an EPN got law. Koke dustbin or hame. Kona ke aduom newum. Kone wa service providers ome. Ke eyo aba no kona pay nuko. Anusi. Law we were starting a ekome, especially the estates ome. MF kejema no me dev traco. Some areas we have these dustbin. Eba pier. The indigenous places, and these are the places where we have most of the issues. But as much as possible, we evacuate all the refuse dams in Ningo Prampram. And Nino Odepi no. Wanagani Upakebola, we designate religion for dumping of refuse. So what we are actually doing is to do the evacuation. But when we started last week, I was told, okay, so they didn't understand what we were doing. They thought maybe was a happy project. No. Bola nenge legion na assemble ko nyeke how if ye come in Zugban for kan we say bola nge mam nege kan eke yoba we have taken it upon ourselves kan wa mawo grader ke loading machine nine ke kacheno ke tipper trucks so that one no make legion lo I have told the nenge new chuma work say and at the time name ya our assembly wakpani chumluko jaba so people chole benewa Zugban Sunday ke no komenge you so maybe they probably thought kan ko no ko ne ya Jama Zugban ke but we spoken with them, they've understood kind there is the assembly that is working, and therefore we are hoping we'll continue with the work. And we also want to ekomene like a payway urban areas lolo. That is the places we want to go with the communal containers. So that the other households has to have the dustbin you drop your rubbish into the dustbin, and at a very in the interval that will be agreed between the service provider. They come and pick it and you pay. So I am not surprised when the current government has to introduce what we call the Bola fee. Because look, it's a major issue. Yawa wo manya no ye. Wana rob back ni nesem. Eji yome. As far as the mountains, any man money ke gang ke. So we need to tackle this thing head on, and people must be prepared to pay for some of these things. Now I can look. The refuse is a huge issue, and shouldn't be the usual business. That people must contribute, and we need to change our attitude. That is attitude, exactly. But what we are trying to do, Jika, once we are able to provide some of these things, now anybody will get. We have to prosecute you. We cannot allow some of these things to continue.
Yes, I was coming there in Malejemo, and I call you issue with open defecation.
Yes.
Ne oba naka a decrease a bashing. Kajibeni o se office me since you took office naka open defecation has decreased a bashing or for some time. Say ke oya wonya na 1 or 2 ni komen. Ekoleba pe kan tu egboli ekomen. Ne mele akasun legeme. And I don't know if there is a bylaws.
Yes, of course. There is a bylaw against open defecation.
Yeah.
But you see, the assembly today, you are in my office.
Sure.
When somebody is at the beach doing his or her own thing,
of course,
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So that is why we are saying, okay, look, we all need to be involved in the fight against some of these insanitary issues. So, it's an quickly you draw the attention of the assembly, or you can even do the phone chair, or in law, a citizen's arrest. You can arrest the person and take the person to the police station because the person is not supposed to do that. But I mean, come ole, nyekobi kechekubi.
Sure.
Lolo ejan, ebe pe ne ache ebie. Onanya. Lord, these are some of the challenges, but I can say, since we've increased the number of public toilet facilities. We've also decided we'll make our environmental health officers more feasible. Don't forget, central government itself, Nigumenaya school nagbenya, neji nenemene wacheme, tangas, be blimana be yepa insinga women for 4, 5 to 6 years. Ne opposed to women. I have to take the current government to post the backlog. So now we have a more of such officers. No one can move almost all the communities, and I think they have been very effective on the ground and working. I think the challenge of Jikan sometimes the logistics for them to work. They should be able to be mobile in terms of bicycle and motorcycles, but it's a concern. We are working towards that. Yeah. And here, once we are able to provide for all these things, it will drastically reduce some of those incidents. And there is another government policy that the districts, we are not part. I think the policy, the Gamma areas, that is the Greater Accra Metropolitan Assemblies. So the districts, we are not part of that program for now. But we are also pushing, look, if you have a policy that aims at ending open defecation, will you target Adenta?
No, it should be extended. There's no beach there, of course.
Or you target a place like yes, it is the districts, the beaches. We rather suffer. So I don't know how the policy policy formulators, what was the thinking, but we have been pushing that and I think it's yielding some results. Basically, what the policy seeks to do, because we want to discourage open defecation as much as possible, everybody must have a toilet facility in their residential facility. And sometimes people will come up with the issue of cost and all those things. So government is saying that we will largely subsidize the provision of these things, we need to work with the assembly.
Yes, sure. We will come to
solve my problems.
Yes, we will come to very well. What about land legemo? See why the issue of toilet facilities or more. I mean, Nyamami, Nimbaye Hodase, advantage point. They have been strategically stationed advantage point. Mamami toileting, and I can't be what you're saying. Washing him or in a society, you will at least have 1 or 2 people nime abaje blono. And so that is Lojinoni. But you did well. You did well. Looking at the numbers, it has been very, very encouraging. Now, Pio, what about education within the district? Educational. Some time ago, wa Jukome, Niji wa BEC T3, but I'm from our Trino district. Sometimes kaya mamio, Niji cameo. Pionka modern bomio ya. Nina boko ya be benijine. Say since ne oba the way can since no ba because e ko lenne wa a plan no ko say woni cheme wana can since ne oba ni wi ya chake pure performance o ho your way ya bo wanye legemo ho oba anobo basic and then
yes,
secondary.
I think yes BEC results.
Yeah.
For some time now, it takes some nosedive until we came. By the grace of God, I wouldn't say it's me, but together, all the stakeholders, I think we had a major meeting and we look at the way forward. Now look, what are we doing? Then it came out, look, you know, definitely infrastructure and some of the teaching aids and other stuff needs to be provided. And I think that is what largely we have succeeded in doing. We've also said to ourselves, look, the assembly as a district should also sponsor the mock examination that I will prepare students for their final examination. So these are things we've taken it upon ourselves. We've tried to be. Then we also know about one major issue now has to do with the supervisors who the circuit supervisors.
Circuit and district.
Yes, supervisors.
Circuit supervisors.
There are little allowances can you come ahame. So I said, look, if that is what will make them to move, na year wa school woman no results no again now. It's an ne wana. Then the assembly will take it upon itself and pay those allowances to them. So we've started and we've been paying until now central government once again had come in to pay. So these are some of the few things. Apart from that, I came and no come encourage or we na ke kasioni ke nikome, especially while we were here the poverty level ke. When I came, we have the school feeding. We have just 6 schools on the school feeding. Today, as we speak, we have 39. So that is a quantum leap.
That's phenomenal.
Yes, we have 39 schools. And the target of this all the 54 schools, public basic schools in Ningo Prampram, should be on the school feeding. So it is something we are working on, and by the grace of God, we will achieve that. So, and I have to also say kudos to the teachers and the various district directors of the education that we've gotten. The passion, the commitment to the work. Even when they don't even stay. Most of them don't stay. They stay and they move to the district. They have worked diligently with, and I think the vibe between the assembly and the district education has been phenomenal, has been very fantastic. Inge Shock and has contributed. So myself as a person, I move around. The teachers, I meet them, they are my friends. I encourage them, and we've provided a lot of educational infrastructure. For instance, I'm sure maybe we'll come to things we've done in terms of achievement.
Go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so when it comes to education, for instance, apart from the school feeding project, that we've increased the numbers. A place like Dowenya, we've realized, the number of students in a school is too much. So we need to get extra school for, especially new Dowenya. So that Jukumo Menako ba. So currently as we speak, we are putting up a 6-unit classroom block for the Dowenya ARS area. Yeah. It is ongoing. I think they are the lentil level. Apart from that, you go to Mataiku, and we've completed a 3-unit classroom block there. There is a gate farm project for a 12-unit classroom block that has been stored through advocacy and pushing. That project too had been completed. There is a school in Mobole, gate farm project. That one too was abandoned. I think today Wagbe Lolo. Apart from that, there is this KG block a puenge afienya ke yominene yimpa. It has come. I've promised them I'll do it today as I speak. I've done it for them. If you come to Prampram Senior High School, one major problem ni banaji and you come and a boarding school without water. How do you expect? And you see these children trekking far distances to go and look for water. You know, what time would they get to study? As we speak, we've connected them to water. So that issue of Prampram Secondary School not having water has been a thing of the past. Yeah. Currently, we've put up a 8-unit teachers bungalow for the Prampram Senior High School. We are putting up a 6-unit classroom block. Wagbinya, it has no. There are other we've given them some toilet facility, and these are things when you go, you see with your naked eyes. Apart from that, if you come to some other areas, for instance, you come to Ningo Prampram, your
yes, about school mutual.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So yes, you even yes.
Basic
so
school.
Basic school, mutual basic school.
A basic school. Yeah.
A basic public school. So we have taken the decision. Now look, if the old Pramsec, the legend, Mineno, why wouldn't I renovate the place so that we add other infrastructure, so that we open a public school there? No, Mineno Koya mutual school. We have a basic school from class 1 to class 6. We just finished working on a KG facility we want to add and the JHS, so that they will have a complete school. So you go to KG and you go through up to JHS. That is for mutual. We've also made sure the Ghana Education Service, they were in a rented premises and they were being injected. Assembly took a decision. Why wouldn't we renovate some of the offices there and structures there, so that we give it to the Ghana Education? So if you go there today, they have a very nice office complex, but they still need so plans are advanced. Some other structures in England will do the renovation and we'll give it to them. Then you come to this Prampram place. There is DA. I think yes, the best performing school in the district. So once they are performing, we also need to encourage them to do more. So and the problem with KG issue. So we've taken a decision. We are putting up a 3-unit KG block for them. Wow. Currently, as we speak, Koya New Ningo, there is a 3-unit KG block under construction at New Ningo. Goes to Old Ningo, the Presby School. It was quite very terrible we have to go and renovate the school for them. Then you move on to Mango Chonya. In the Ningo area, we have put up a 6-unit teachers bungalow for them. This is something that has been completed, commissioned, and they are using it. Currently, there is a contract that has been awarded to a contractor to put up a 6-unit classroom block at Omain Kopi in Lekouno, and a 6-unit classroom block for Omain Kopi. So you go to Ningo Secondary School, we finish with a 12-unit classroom block. If no one issue with water, we've connected them to the water, and some boreholes have been provided. So these are numerous interventions we are doing when it comes to the educational. I think it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And
Sure.
I'll give you the full.
We'll take the full list.
Exactly, the list of
we
things
have to publish that
we
so
have
that
done. Exactly.
Yes. The issue of Jukwome or student or Bimome na nye mam.
Yeah.
Kuma po mam nye about 10, 11, 12 ne students anye mam. Beni otuk officer ne ahamu akemu to wanyanga hiemlo o be stakeholder meeting ko ke mami mome ke papa mome kone aya beni aba pe kone abi mome ne ange apokbo jim ekole mami washi ke papa washi benaka ba abi anya agbonya 10 11 oline ne nge pe nga agbonya ne okeme basa say I was there of course mo ngele jeme pure wangena ne ekomenge no yanga man pure so
yes,
what is there
before remember in terms of educational infrastructure, I have taken education key. This is a secular state. Lo wa hiyo wange ni ne Christopher Jime ni ne Muslimi Benjamin. I have taken a decision we need to have some Arabic schools. Lo Prampram, we've built an Arabic school. Then we wanted to commission it, but they okay, look, they need some toilet and urinal facilities. Surely a custom ablution engagement. So without that, exactly. Okay. So ne wamanu aba we need to do those things. But that wasn't part of the contract or never package. But I told them, look, if that is what to let us open, I as a DC I will personally do it. So today if you go there, you see that one urinal toilet facility. And this is something I am paying for. It is not the assembly that is doing that. One another Arabic school near Afienya Zongo, pure wasu the roofing level no one ika nekewa gbenya ne wama pay the other things ne wama. I think the Arabic school going to have 4. Actually, so we have Dowenya and one at so we do Afienya, Dowenya, Prampram, and Old Ningo. Yeah. This is the things we are looking at. On my own, the same Nineo, Mineno, Koya, Old Ningo, orphanage Nengelijon. I took it upon myself, and I've built a 3-unit classroom block for them. Because then in Deji, look, you'll be made a DC. There are a lot of people who come to you, you have dealings with them. Why wouldn't I put all of them together that look, this is what I want to champion. So everybody must contribute their Windows mind. And I think that thing has been done. And I remember on my birthday, I commissioned that school. There is another thing in the pipeline. Yeah. I think my birthday is just early next month. And there is something that I'm also doing because I have said to myself, look, I don't want to organize birthday parties where I invite my brothers and friends to come and sit down and drink and eat when there are people out there suffering, needy people that we need to. Yeah. Yes. So now, fast forward to your question. Yes, we had those stakeholders engagement, and I think people have complied to some level. Yeah. But then in Nigeria, the main thing, some of the sports near my spinning and fear during wakekeeping. So as we speak, what we've added to our bylaw, and we have not gazetted it, that's why we are not implementing it, is that I went to Eastern Region, I went for a wakekeeping. I think around 10 p.m., They came to tell us, look, if we can't continue with the sound on the one affair, so we have to stop. And that is one thing we want to introduce here.
Yeah, sure.
Ke onoko bo no ko ba afia o machine. No ke po ya. Say ke after 10 o'clock. You need to stop. You continue the following day 6 a.m. And these are some of the measures. But once we have not gazetted the bylaw, you cannot implement it.
Yeah.
As we speak, we've sent it for gazetting. Once it is gazetted, and I think these are things I've had stakeholders meeting with the traditional council members already. And I think once it comes, we'll announce it to Mabi and we'll give a grace period ne wakma start. Subsequently, that is why the law court is there. But this is what government, allow the district on our part will be able to do. But the major people are the parents. Because I can go meaning a whim. Lord, why would you sleep? No man will be any man. Yeah. Allo, mini ene o manje no leak can be horsing. So these are things we should be prepared. Can once we wake wama ke no go baje mi. We should be prepared can no mene APIO. It's a new one year. So these are things we want to bring everybody follow me. Wa sofu me wa imam me ke wa traditional rulers of everybody, so that we can have a holistic decision on some of these things. One thing we know when I can major issue that when we are working with private people, so that some areas will be able to provide library facilities, so that at least school they may be able to go to such places and study. I think recently a land was shown to me Ningo Prampram office and SOC. When I saw it, look, we want to build a community center with a library facility attached. But these are decisions that are on paper. Once we've made the commitment, you've taken the decision. We also make the commitment by looking for money, so that we'll bring the. So these are things it will encourage students in not moving out. Look, Congo school, the major thing is an OPG. You focus on your studies.
Yeah.
In future. Yeah.
That's great. We'll come to teacher welfare. But Ngela Mahani Hieli Naleka Nuchumi Obiaji Spotlight on Pram City TV. Send us your thoughts and comments, of course. We will read them. Any questions you have, just send them, and then we'll make sure that he, answers all your questions. Let's go and take a look at why here some of the developmental projects are coming, and we will be right back. Thank you. Welcome back. The show has been Spotlight on Pram City TV. My guest today is Honorable Jonathan Tay Doku, the District Chief Executive for the Ningo Prampram District Assembly. And the one wakenge nyo senge yemle monone. Akai ka nuchumio biaji Spotlight. Ya or Facebook or no o send o comment ka wole jen obanye oba like no o share kone no kohune epemini ina yechunka. Honorable, let's look at teacher welfare. What teacher me hiami ni ne hiame. Epionka ke wabayo teacher ekome chonlio me ekome je oyi wa niche ko ya wa village or me remote areas ni wa village also ko me olakpele ku ke mango chonya lejeme nyomo bana ka teacher ko me poto me wa ka ba school ekome joyi wa we ni cheka obomode ne ekome ne sanana motorbikes ke ni kome o bomode ni menese na motorbikes ke ko me anani akenge ni ochoke baleja keke ni kasemi ohun e banya bai no ya because ke teacher nye we na ya school juko me of course abenye ne mehu aba kase ni papa ni kuma onga no ope ngaleje mo lekan teacher.
Oh yes, here can one thing I spoke about earlier, the circus of versus Omano, but for a very long period teachers award near district of Peweko.
Yeah.
But when I came, you know, we need to start. So we put the backlog, I think about 4 or 5 years, and we put it together and we awarded them. Of course, because so many years so, but I think the new education director, look, I want us to have teachers award night. These are some of the things. Number 2, those remote areas like Lakpeleku, Panchiramido. We need to get teachers bungalow for them. So on our plan me for this year and next year, we want to get teachers bungalow for Ekokan Ochebleku, like the remotest areas of me. We want to get a place like Panchiramido. Almost all the teachers, they are near Chopoli, and they have to trek this bad road to. So we want to have a teachers bungalow there for them. Yes, and one other thing you can, I've made it a policy. Can look, anytime somebody has any issue concerning education, which is key, it is education. I mean, but I think you wange nise. Lo any chane a member can miniature personally, I should get involved. I personally, look, I can't. We are the teachers of Mendemunoko. I personally get involved with some of the I am Nikome. Tell me, okay, if you need it, and sometimes I don't even use the assembly to do that. Meaning, as we speak, there is a contractor working on a 3-unit classroom block for Lochubwe school. Law education, as for that one, I think is a. And I'm sure maybe when we finish, I'll give you some of the things. Yeah, apart from many readily that comes to mind in a day or so. I think it's a journey. We've not arrived, at the destination, but Wahika gradually will be able to get there.
Now let's come to Waba health.
Sure.
The health sector. NHIS,
yes, HR, yes, I think yes, it's working.
Okay.
And then per the records I have, if I can quickly see if I'll be able to see it. But yes, I'm told the people on the health insurance is over 100,000 plus.
Okay.
No, about 10,000 plus. Let me, if I'll be able to get maybe I'll look for it.
That's a huge number.
Yes, so but I think it's huge. We have personally involved and we pay free registration for some ni neta flash anyewe ne eko ama register. Yes, I think the is 10,263.
Wow.
That is what is on the we've registered people free.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the actual number that is on the health insurance in our district is 110,881.
Oh.
And we are still adding on. So when it comes to health, at least through the 1 million per constituency in the policy of the government, we have our ambulance. Now pay ambulance bill. That is one. There is a chips compound now being mobile. Today, as we speak, you can go to Dawenya. We are building a 10-bed hospital facility in Dawenya as we speak. Yes, our roof we are doing the plastering, which we are hoping in the next month or two. Go by Ningo Prampram polyclinic. you know, I have a list. It's an because wa problem ninga here. The list no kone you know the only referral facilities no one closer to us is Tema and the Roman Catholic Hospital near Bato. And just look at the distance. Go at Tema, look at even the traffic. So I think the management of polyclinic or route, look, they have started a facility can be a theater, so that at least the minor surgeries can come out. Amanyina ma ping here, ke taflache emika mu wayo na mi clean is an a place in eco complication boba. They should be able to cesarean section na operate lene. Lord, I was told there has been contributions, major contribution from the former MP for the area, Nejiwa Honorable E.T. Mensah. He has started that project. The current MP, Neji Sam George, has also contributed significantly to it. So the rest of the things that they needed, they wrote to the assembly and we provided and some of those things. So when it comes to health, these are some of the things we've been able to do. Minano Koya, the same, you know, new old Ningo Health Center. Me makeba ni nenga me here. If my memory sets me right, we are autoclave machine and some other things, medical equipment. We provided a standby generator for them because the list came from them. So those are some of the things. Koya heko kan ayetepa. We've opened the chief's compound there in Emineno in Ganichun. Apart from that, today as I speak to you, we are putting up a clinic in Aviam. We are putting up a clinic in Minya. We are putting up a clinic in Lakpeleku. So when it comes to the health in the sector, these are some of it. Apart from the normal things, the request neighbor, we need this, support us with this, and do that neighbor. These are major medical facilities we are putting up to see to our health issues. To conclude on that, you know there is this policy by government, Agenda 111, which simply means every district in a government hospital, they want to put up one. And in the case of Ningo Prampram, or Wabeko, so government are written officially to the assembly to provide land. We the assembly Wabezuma is Manchomene. So we've written to the two traditional councils so we can look. No kone government did you know law. I can't get the minimum of 15 acres of land la. So as we speak, the Prampram Traditional Council has given us a site, 15 acres, somewhere around Vako, the Poeten area. The Ningo Traditional Council had given us a place along the Wiam stretch. Then some individuals, when they heard the announcement of government, also wrote to the assembly, so what we did, we've taken all those site plans and we sent it to the local government ministry. Okay, a technical people back because I can't get criteria in selecting the appropriate site, and it should be a place that is close to a road. It should be a place near 3 stamps, Belejon. It should be a place that electricity, there is electricity. So, and the gradient is, you know, it's not a sloping area. Shouldn't be close to water body. So, we've not gotten a feedback from them as to the place that they've chosen. But once that is done, I'm told in a month or two, they will come, they will meet the major or all the stakeholders know about you on the basis of APCD. This is the place that is appropriate. Then and the work will begin. So in terms of infrastructure, health. And don't let me add this. Ningo,
quick one.
Ningo, you know, through the First Lady, as we speak today, we have a 10-bed maternity ward. That's just been completed.
Yeah.
And the last time I wrote to the First Lady's office, the job had been completed. And we are awaiting commissioning. There are some few items that has to be provided. Once that is done, then the place. So in terms of facilities, that is what I'll be able to say for now.
Yes, great. I think your 4 years in office has been characterized with lots of positives. I think I have to commend you for that.
Thank you.
That is why we are here. Pionka, some time ago, nurse-patient relationship, can nurses negligence time ago about pay issue kone only nenga because obey facility on elegeme. Say no koya no ne pionka esane aba ongo kone aba demo ni quickly or intervene about nurse negligence ne koya ke nurses are here phone ne anga phone no nyenye ne ekule no behewa na keleba hospital abe enyampo quick one ngelejemo pure legime improve.
Yes, company deal. You see, if you don't give us information, we can't act. Personally, I think the issue happened at the Prampram Polyclinic.
Yes.
Sometimes I go, that is where I attend my Kembe one. That is where I go. And sometimes I try to go through the normal procedure and America cannot treat me. Okay? Yeah. But maybe you see overpay public in the local solution go number. But what I want people to do, they should be giving us the feedback as to whatever is happening. I wanted us to do a follow-up because the complainant, I wanted the person to come so that officially you would petition me. Once the petition comes, then we'll set a full-scale investigation into that. But along the line, I think, decide, okay, but I confronted the management of the facility. They also gave their side of the story. Then we let them understand, look, once, then you need to work. Sure. You cannot come and be using your phones. Since then, I've not had any. It was last
has improved. Actually.
Yes, it last no go them, but I think that was on a Facebook comment. But later the person pulled the comment down. But I want to believe once probably it has improved. So from time to time, I've been speaking to them.
Sure.
And I think today as we speak, those days we have just one doctor in the entire district. Ningo Prampram Polyclinic. We've worked so hard now, we have a second one. Okay. So 2 of them. And I think that is an improvement of, and we are getting more nurses. Okay. But once you decide, you need to work. I've decided to become the DC, so I need to work. And that is why in my work, I put mini chengem. I don't sit. So that is what. But they shouldn't hesitate. They should come. And they can we make sure because if you think you can't do the work, go home. The government based capone. Say okay, government is capone them. You have to do the work.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Why efficient?
Sure.
Wa woliome. Wa nyimi mo me wole yaliome. Toka Bekomeo outboard motor neji government a program nekaba outboard motor subsidy neba subsidize outboard motor keha wanyimi me oyaliome ke ahie boko amla lo ho ke ekoba pie he keha me koni ana outboard motor ne wana jamani chumioni engona since ne oba officer ne eya no minicha ye nwecha me ayawo ana outboard motor ko se eya so eko ni komeke party executives outboard motors hijacking obele say can you be like a quick one
yes can go dem say party executive go hijack I can say here on authority it's not true.
Okay.
When I came to office outboard motor bam me I came to meet a previous one konapi no wole acho me niche ba them the way ne eya no in the past then they were not happy. Now we the politicians took over. I am saying to you, okay, That thing is driven by the Ministry of Fisheries.
Yeah.
Nagma or letter, and we had meeting. He check all the fishermen. No, sorry, the chief fishermen at the landing beaches. And wakame na meeting a office no. Ninde make look no koji no ne. Keje day one yata day ne wa magbenya. Ne outbound to Somaba. It was the chief fishermen. They brought me the list. In terms of distribution, I gave it to them. Ne any nuna ke blema ne ko ne ba ne awo no make atu nge ba wale shi ne oba pay sika ne nke no we won't do it this time around. Adbo moto so me ne ba no wa magba. O magba nge open ne no fe no ne na. That is why for the first time we pay a ceremony with the Minister of Fisheries near Old Ningo Beach. And no fe no ne apply for Albomoto ne pay sika. Nene e bawango menagba me at the DC. I didn't even get involved. How much more party executives? Lord, these are any legi nene mena bengo kange kulayo. I asked them go and see the chief fishermen because I will take the list from them, and that is what they any new jika alone actually happened. Some people came to pay their monies later. And we were of the opinion, the second batch will come. Because that is what the ministry made us to believe. But in them, they should pay their monies. They will give it to them. And the money, once they pay to the assembly, I cannot keep assembly money. It is even against the law. I'm official receipt. Then we pay to the bank. They were transferred to ADB. That is what we were told. Lord, no one can mention me bill. Quickly, we go to ADB. Look, I'm not getting the money. Can you refund the money? So they refund the money back to the assembly. And the assembly also gave it out to Nine Abape Scam. So with album motor, that is what I can say. One major thing in is a challenge for it has to do with premix.
Yeah, premix. So in Malaysia,
okay.
No premix on no jama issue no teaching. Say ebe komo eminiche hu wana ipo man pam wa nichum no hejio. Ike ye himbe hi ni komena. Premix oba ulele ma ba hiyo. Aba me hu ina aba bango ne akaya no issues no komo ya jeponge.
Oh yes, I can tell you on authority ke I have decided can premise issues. I don't want to although can the DC you have to supervise. But here again, we have competent chief fishermen who are the chairman of the committees who can do that. Lord, from time to time, I get information. KA team, I visited the premise once. We audited their books. Nene ngemjika. Benemi masu kan premise on a bar. Enyewe ne baja. That is one major issue. Obviously, there were some challenges because when we came, there was a directive, and each committee is to serve for 2 years. Lord, no go serve 2 years na be nyabe. So there was a need for new committees to be formed. When the new committees were formed, some of them couldn't be part of the new ones, and I think that is one thing that has created the agitation and the confusion. But we made them to understand. And look, this is a secular from the Ministry of Fisheries. I also got the information that the new committee is never formal. There are some people who are watching sellers who are part of the committee. And I told them, look, if you know Mr. A or B is a watching seller, bring it to me. We will take the person because the person is not supposed to be there. But if you throw out a mere allegation without any evidence, it will be difficult for me to act on it. But my brother, the committee, the composition, the only person who is permanent on the committee is the chief fisherman, who is supposed to be the chairperson of the committee. We are to have a rep of canoe owners. We are to have a rep of fishmongers. Yeah. There should be a Ministry of Agriculture rep, the DC's rep, and all those things. But if I go to Prampram Wonapio, Nenkinga Kenu Chemilayo, there are thousands of them. And we need only one rep. No, if we pick somebody, maybe you want to be the rep, but we pick another person and it's not you. That is where people have issues. Yeah. You know, but if the person a canoe owner or not, if the person is a canoe owner, then in that case you cannot say anything. If the person is not a canoe owner, then you have a genuine issue. We look into that. But there was a major issue near Prampram lower. Then I'll open up and let you know. And I know it's one of the things today as we speak, people are using against me. Oh, my brother. There are 2 people who apply through the assembly to the premise secretariat for a premise outlet to be open near Prampram lower for them. And what I have to do is to put a covering letter on the application. Look, I have nothing against the opening of premise outlet. But with my discussions with the premise secretariat and the minister, they told me, Prampram, we have 2 already. They can only add 1, nepe 3. Even though Lonichapongo is a consideration based on Munibaton Kenome, because each landing beach must have a specific number of canoes. Once it is less than, you won't get it. So the 2 people who applied to have a premise outlet in Ayo, these are people from Prampram. We know ourselves. So I called them. Nike, look, I cannot do this letter for the 2 of you. Mene na manje, mene na masi. So neko baka akoha wakra. The 2 of you come together and form one committee, so that as the DC, I can write a letter or a cover letter on that and send it and push it for you. They say no. So I say, if that is the case, I am also not prepared to write any letter. And it has created all manner of issues. I am saying to you, and I'm using your medium, once again, I'm saying it. If today, the 2 groups who wanted to have separate landing beaches, outlets, who understand each other, and they will come together and form one group and write one common letter to me, I am prepared. I will support and we'll get a 3rd premise outlet in Prampram lower. I don't want the situation where no go back accuse me okay. So get bam premise issues kenome. And there is one other issue. The previous committee that worked on, they mobilized money because premise on the bar government general. A general with the idea you can get any jua. Say now no and first premise I can toilet in a water. Today I have information and they've opened the toilet. It is not their pocket money, and I need to say it. Look, this is government property, and it is the district who has to manage that. But once they were committee members, they did it. They are taking it as their bona fide property. It is wrong. I've advised. People don't want to listen.
That's an allegation, or it's true?
No, they are managing it.
The toilet. Oh, okay.
No, they are managing it. It's not under the assembly.
Oh, okay.
They are managing. No. So it is not an allegation. It's something that is.
So they don't account to the assembly.
They don't. Nobody accounts to the assembly, and these are monies that were accrued as a result of subsidies on premise. So if you get subsidies from government and you have to, as a committee, whatever, in the first place, they are even supposed to even hand over, give a handing over to the district, whatever. Yeah. No, to their predecessors, people who took it over from them. Yeah. But because of some of these things, and you know, my brother, we are a family. So sometimes you don't want to be, you know, to go. And, but we are appealing. Look, we should see ourselves as one people, so that we can be able to resolve some of these things amicably. All right. And move on. Okay. But I can show my fisher folks, we are still working to make sure more outbound motors will come, and fishing gears, Iome, and Ninakeba will get some of those things and will give it a very subsidized. Okay. So I think there is a cold store.
Yes, cold store. But yes, so with on the premix issue, yes, your proceedings, the proceeds from the proceeds from public toilet or GA in a appeal.
Yes, so I think it's with the managers of the facility as we speak. Nothing comes to us. That is why I'm appealing. Look, sometimes you want to do some of these things. The information out there, and when people hear some of these things, they will not come. So I'm using your medium. I think I have called meetings and still we seems not to understand things. I don't want to be even in the, and so that is why I'm still once again appealing. We should try and do the right thing so that the property must be done.
Quick one on the coastal.
Yeah, the coastal. I think last year I had a meeting with the ministry, and I think they have an MOU with a private company who is coming to revamp the place. I think the timelines I was given has elapsed, and we are not seeing anything. But the property is for the Ministry of Fisheries. What we are saying, Jika, they should even hand it over to the Assembly, so that together with the fisherfolk, we'll manage it. Because look, and the idea was that, look, we'll get the women to form some cooperatives. The Assembly can champion so that at least we'll get some fish stock. We'll be not below. We'll bring it the low, with some private coastal. You will come and register like the way the corporate thing is done. We'll give you the facility, you sell, you pay, and you get. Those are the things. But you see, it is for the fisheries ministry. So we still have, I can't sign MOU. They gave me timelines when they will come and, but we are still talking and we are hoping at the appropriate time the ministry will come up with the actual thing so that we will get the place open up for business.
Great. Why a sea defense project?
Sure.
Why did you steal the NDC's concept of the sea defense?
No, it cannot be NDC or for any matter, any government policy. Okay. Then there was the need against an sea defense.
Okay.
They were to protect our properties from any war now. So probably it is from Nkrumah time. Even yesterday I was reading something. Nkrumah wanted to do the beach drive, so that all the way from Axim, drive through all the places, for special tourism package, but along the line, fizzle out, pure emergency. So, sea defense has been an issue. Now we needed it. And NDC has been in power for so many years, but it has seen the light of day. Is it proper during Nana Akufo-Addo time? Yes. So it is not any particular government, but something has to be done. It's like, we have been fighting. There should be a link road between Prampram and Pom. This is something that has been there for years, and we've been fighting. If maybe tomorrow one government comes and secures the funds, or they are committed to doing it, doesn't mean you've stolen. But these are things that has been in the books. They need to, and I think it has gotten to a time, and the pressure. And here again, let me say a big thank you to our First Lady, who has been very instrumental in getting the president to be committed to. I think it's supposed to be a 12-kilometer stretch, and we are doing the 5. The first phase is 5, and it's stretching all the way from Old Ningo to the Legacy Beach area towards Boom. That is the where currently I'm told they are the New Ningo. So the first 5 kilometers will end somewhere around. If you drive on the Ningo road, Agapet, the Agapet filling station, you go down. Where we have there's a women hospital or something.
Yes, Modern Women Hospital.
Thank you. So down.
Seaside School.
Thank you. That is where the first 5 kilometers will stretch, will end. Then the second phase will continue towards this place. So it is something that has to be done, and I think Nana Akufo-Addo and the NPP government is doing it. So we just say kudos to them. for thinking of the good people of Ningo Prampram.
Is it a GOG funded project?
Yes, of course. It's a GOG funded by the Ministry of Works and Housing. Yes.
Okay. All right. Then why did you wait to start this at the 12th hour? I think getting closer to elections in 2020.
No, it was in the 2018 budget for 20
budget.
Yes.
Okay.
So the president cancelled actually in 2019.
Okay.
I remember I was there. That was somewhere November, December 2019. But you see, once sword has been cut and the contract awarded, it takes some time for the contractor to mobilize to site. So I think that was what delayed for about 3 months. But actually the job was started somewhere in March. But the issue is that, are you trying to say that, so if it's an election year, nothing should be done? Because the president has a 4-year mandate. That is 7th January to the 7th of January, then there's 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
So within this period, you know, anything at all can be done. So it is not like this is just an afterthought or because elections were due, then quickly had...
some people say it was meant to buy votes. That's the
no, but granted it was even meant to buy vote. Is it a good thing or not?
Oh, it's a good thing.
Was it to be done or not?
It will benefit.
Yeah, so I don't really see. But it was actually not meant to buy votes. Yeah. We saw things that were done in Ningo Prampram, 2 weeks, 1 month to election. And that one was meant for what? But you see, I always say, look, once elections are over, the politics should sleep. So that we focus on development of our district, to the mutual benefit of all of us. So it was not meant to buy any vote.
Okay, great. I must commend your government for this. I think it's a huge project. It's
yes,
a huge project.
And I think it's about $70 million.
Yeah,
now, what we want to push, we want to have the landing beach.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think the proposal has been 2 areas, Prampram and Amiam. So that we have some these landing beach. Very well. So these are things together we all need to champion.
Yes, why the issue of roads and streets lights. Yes. Block ma he would dibli wa it's another street light assembly member ni Ofe Stephen Ofe ke solo of course atwon ekoma bomode ni abango street light ke wo block ekome se eli numlo hin na yakwo na Georgio obele pure street okoma he would dibli
yes, I think it's a major thing. Yes, it's a major thing. Assembly mostly never pure is age and K1 one discover York 100 122 electoral areas. So no back here me crying no kake mana. Law AP. But this time around we've taken a decision. Look, we want to commit 1 whole quarter common fund to street lights, so that the entire district will be on. Because one major thing in street light, don't forget those days. Weekends on an accident happening. Ningo Prampram Junction. How do we call that place? Mandela Road or
yeah, Pauli Junction.
Pauli Junction. Yeah. Because light below Alika, there is a left and there is a so they drive straight and there has been accident.
Yeah, sure.
Since then the police appealed to me. Pay street lights you are able to see how there is road going left, and since then not a single accident that happened. It tells you the importance of street lights. So we've taken a decision. Can we commit a whole 1 quarter common fund to the purchase of street lights, so that the entire, I'm sure before the December elections, we did a lot. And we hope to continue with that.
Wonderful. Why roads were blown? Yes. Dowenya afienya. Awiam blow Prampram Poeten the Jomo Blomo.
Yes, the truth to be told, roads are very expensive projects. So the districts,
of course, Kachopoli,
yes, the districts, we don't have that kind of money to do even 1 kilometer of a beauty road or an asphalt road. 1 kilometer of an asphalt road is, I'm told, it's about 1.2 million. And
Ghana cedis or dollars?
Ghana cedis.
I think it should be Ghana cedis, yeah.
You understand? And the assemblies, my entire year, the entire year budget on the average, because we have 270 a quarter, so now it's about 1.2 and 1 kilometer. So you commit the whole year budget to just 1 kilometer. We move to the ministry and advocate. And seriously, Afienya Dowenya Road, the contractor every day will tell me he's moving to site, and he doesn't come. But we are also pushing the Chopuli, Ningo Road, Aviam to Mango Chonya. From Mango Chonya to Lekbono, there it has been done.
Yeah.
All the way to Tawa. Sure. It's now left with Mango Chonya to Aviam, about that 7.2 kilometers. And then we've done Jikan together with my urban roads and feeder roads people. We've packaged it and we've written letters to the ministry, and up to now it has not. But road is a major problem when in the Ningo Prampram.
I mean nationwide.
And
so,
yes,
yeah.
and it's a yes. So
yes,
we are only hoping, and the last time I went to the ministry, I'm told some few roads had been captured. Need to be like, for instance, the Peace B Road in around Dowenya, the PS Global Dev Traco Road, the Greenville Hospital.
ARS.
Yes, that road and so. But I also told them, look, if we bring a package to you and you want to award, at least the chief executive or some should make an input as to where we think we needed them most. If I have been consulted in the choosing of the roads, I would have mentioned Chopoli, Amiam. Chopoli, Ningo. I would have mentioned Ningo, Amiam. I would have mentioned Afienya, Dowenya. I would have mentioned Afienya, Dodowa. Because this Afienya and Dowenya road is the only road that connects the N1 and the N2. So at least it should be given a major, should be given a priority. And that is what we are not seeing. So we will continue to advocate and to fight for these rules to be done.
Great, wonderful. Before we wrap up, why Maslock?
Sure.
Leap.
Sure.
And then look when you ba Pujama project on any NDC time on Engano. Say you can number echo beneficiaries or me. And then number 2, how do one apply for LEAP Allo? Who is qualified to benefit from LEAP Allo Maslock?
Yes, I think Maslock was introduced by President Kufuor.
Yeah.
Yes, and it has continued during the NDC we came. We have increased the numbers, and if I can quickly tell you, Ningo Prampram, since I came, we have 500 beneficiaries.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
One major issue, when people take the money, this is supposed to be a revolving fund. Look at war, pay like a man. Now, Maslock has slowed down because Ninang was scamming here. They didn't pay. But once your terrain, people are not paying, it becomes difficult to bring more money to the place. The way they were applied, when we came previously, there were no Maslock offices.
Okay.
So as to how people get to know, can you know applying, we don't know. But this current government told us, every district must open a Maslock office with a Maslock coordinator. So we've gotten an office at New Ningo. And that is where we have our Maslock office. So anybody who needs Maslock loan or facility has to go to that place and apply. Yeah. People have applied. I personally let people there, they applied. They've not gotten because the first, second, third, fourth batch people who had gotten, most of them had not paid their money.
And LEAP, yeah.
Yes, so when it comes to LEAP,
yeah.
I think the LEAP is for the vulnerable.
Okay.
And this is something that is championed by the assembly, led by the social welfare officer. Yeah. So we look at the very vulnerable communities. Then together with the assemblymen of Menenga, we select people who are supposed to be on LEAP. Yeah. My records so far is that, and LEAP is done on household basis. Yeah. So far what we've done is we've done 1,139 beneficiaries of LEAP in Ningo Prampram.
Okay, quick one on the District Assembly Common Fund, where the uses of it, where it goes. Then
yes, when they release the District Assembly Common Fund to the assemblies, it comes with a directive.
Okay.
So the percentages where it should go. So we have a percentage that has to go into education. We have a percentage that has to go to health. We have a percentage that has to go to HIV and these programs. We have a percentage that has to go to the PWDs. That is the people with disabilities. Yeah. You know, so there is a directive that comes, and there is a part that has to go to infrastructure. So that is how it is done. And once it comes, we make sure we comply. So if you are building a school and the source of funding is a common fund, once it comes, you pay some from. So that is how the common fund.
Let's wrap up the conversation. Oh, quick one on security. Corner, what security situation? Okay.
Yeah, the security situation relatively had been calm and good. That is not where what we are seeing. Okay. But in the nutshell, we say we make sure we do more so that everybody living in Ningo Prampram will be safe. I think the major issues we all know has to do with the land issues that has brought a lot of land guards. Today, as we speak, because of some of these issues, we have a military that is resident here with us, so that we'll be able to tackle those days. What we do, when the team come, we now have to call Berman Camp. And by the time they move from Berman Camp and come, a lot more things. But now we have military 14 officers and 14 men and 1 officer always on standby. In case of anything, we quickly call them.
Quick one on rent to own.
Yeah, so the rent to own has to do with how many were there earlier. Everybody is moving from Accra to this place, and there is a need for us to really properly plan our communities. And as an assembly, it is part of our mandate, look housing. But because we don't have the money, we don't really. So this is something the assembly started, and I think it was started. Let's give the credit to Honorable E.T. Mensah. Yeah. Yes, but we've picked it up, and the assembly wasn't getting the needed funds to champion. So what we are doing currently is to work together with a private partner, and we've secured some parcel of land so that we put up affordable houses. We don't, the thing is not so much about the commercialization of it or the profit we'll be making, because the assembly is also involved. So we are doing it on the rent to obey. So what it means, you register with us, you pay your money up to some level, they will deliver the property for you. Then once you move into the property, you begin to pay rent. Every year we pay low, every month we pay rental. But the rent this time you are paying the rent eventually for the property to become yours. So although we have termed it as a rent, it is meant. So we've done it in such a way Koko Jualo, Wache Jualo, teacher Funo, carpenter, no fair no, based on all Sikanona, ke o type of we no la. One semi-detached, you two, whatever, detached, whatever. Once you come to us, the Kobatumine, one income level, we advise you the one that will be appropriate for you. So that at least we shouldn't have slums and other things we are seeing somewhere happening in Ningo Prampram.
Do you want a second term?
Yes, but it depends on the president. If from 2017 to now, the kind of job we've done and the vision moving forward, I hope if the president sees it fit and gives me the second term, we'll continue. Don't forget, once you take over or you come into office, it takes you a year or even more to really, study the whole thing, the terrain. And I can say on authority that what I've come to meet and where we are now, we've done so much, and it will only be proper if I'm considered for a second term. But the prerogative is with the president, and he needs somebody who needs to represent him here. So whoever he thinks is capable of, once the person comes, we are all to come together and support the person. To
your
work.
favorite politician in Ghana?
He has to be the President of the Republic of Ghana.
Nana Addo Dankwa.
His Excellency. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Great. Do you support the fix the country campaign?
Yeah, the country has to be fixed, and we are fixing it. So it's a campaign that I don't really see. Today I've told you I'm building a 10-bed hospital in Dawenya. I'm fixing my district.
Okay.
I'm putting up a school. I'm fixing. So we are fixing. Okay. Exactly.
Great.
And we also say that people also should also fix their attitude so that together as Ghanaians we all fix it together.
All right. Thank you very much, Honorable.
Thank you.
It has been a great day with you. Honorable DCE for the Ningo Prampram District Assembly. Ne mone wake tumunyo nge Pram City TV on the spotlight. Ale moche onufu odonene no ya keje wasukun yam wa hiwa nami keba wa security wa hebumi kejane se niomefu wa nyimime welelio menanga wo ya ho mehu asanebam kejane se nihine amlalo ho ngepe kejebe ne ebano nihine pe in fact be mi ne ache ebieke eba ne president oche bi watinu kume wateshi ne wakashile wabe kple ne eba hiyo wano districto se anukwale ake nene kuocho papa le eise na achen ebomodem wa ni che ke oye ni hifu ne echu ne sane wa pemini wa support. The show has been spotlight ne wake wadanye twanwa shi nenye ye woni ni meni nyinga wo ye all the way from the diaspora wake say ya no nenye support wo. You can call us always 0244 11 88 82 0244 11 88 82 for some enquiries and sponsorship. Wake wahanye chum kai ne oya Facebook like ne o share kone nuchumi one pemini eya lejemo YouTube hu wanga lejemo Pram City TV, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter Pram City TV. Nye chum kaka woyem ye biaji ye somolo papa Jonathan Jangma omanyoma chem Mustafa Jibril. Kayazu be ko ne wabakpio wakenye chumka.